Welcome to In This Season podcast, where we unpack the most empowering conversations, have exclusive and inspirational interviews, and host special events. Join Tammy, some call her Butterfly, and explore life's purpose by learning how to embrace each season of your life with confidence, strength, and purpose. Whether you're blooming in the spring, or shining in the summer, or embracing change in the fall, or gracefully hibernating in the winter, get ready to be inspired. Join us right here on this season of In This Season podcast with your host, The Butterfly. It's time, no matter what season it is.
Good morning, beautiful people. This is what we do, Brandon.
Good morning, sweetie. How you doing this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Blessed to be alive. Happy to be here, awake. Another day, another chance.
That's right. To feed those ducks, right? Live life, right?
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
All right, let's see who is in with us. Latasha says, good morning, family. Freezing here in Atlanta. Wow. Yeah, it's cold here too. It's cold here. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for being the first to pop in and say good morning. Let's do this, y'all. Let's do this. The butterfly really does have to go this morning. Like she has to go. Brandon.
I say nothing.
No,
I didn't
seriously.
say a word.
I should be gone now. Good morning, Monique. Good morning. Come on in and feed these ducks. Come on in. All right, Brandon, let's do this thing.
We'll keep it short and sweet today. How's that sound to everybody? Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the In the Season podcast with your host, the beautiful butterfly, that nice lady over there, and then of course me, the co-host, her son. We come here every single morning to read daily motivations for African American success.
Yeah,
by Dennis Kimbro.
Brandon handsome.
Oh no, we got to be quick, Mom. we got no time for that. But thank you.
You can put your glasses on. I was like, whoa, look at dude.
Thank you, Mom. I appreciate it.
Tell Stella, I say, come stand behind you and say, nope.
Thank you, Mom. I appreciate you. But anyway, y'all, welcome to the show. And what we do here every single day is read through this amazing book, Daily Motivations for African American Success by Dennis Kimbro. If you haven't gotten the book, you guys hear me say this every single morning. Go get it. If you don't have it, why don't you have it? You should really be asking yourself that question. You leave here every single day with this great advice, affirming what's in this book, affirming your next steps, and you understand it. So why not purchase the book? Why not support this author and possibly get the other books that he's written? So please get that book, Daily Motivations for African American Success, and please support this African American artist, Dennis Kimbro. He is currently a professor at Clark Atlanta. So if y'all ever in the area, send him a message or go by there and just be like, hey, I did a full 365 days of reading your book with a group called In This Season podcast. So I hope you guys have been enjoying the show. As we come to the end of the year, we still have one more since we started in the month of February. We are going to end in the month of February, right? African American Black History Month, the month of quote unquote love and all this. So let's see how everything culminates. All right. But a little bit more about this book. Daily Motivations for African American Success will help you focus on the thoughts, attitudes, and deeds that will lead to the achievement of your true goals. In 365 short but powerful motivations, one for each day of the year, Dennis Kimbro, the author of the popular Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice, leads us to discover how to transcend labels and use the present moment, our own gifts, to cultivate a positive attitude, become wise enough to know when to say yes and when to say no, and to look inward for answers to life's challenges. So each motivation begins with words of wisdom from such distinguished and celebrated African Americans as Malcolm X, Marion Wright Elderman, Whoopi Goldberg, Charlene Hunter Galt, Bill Cosby, Carl Rowan, Mother Hale, Reverend Leon Sullivan, and hundreds of others. This treasure trove of practical inspiration will give you fresh encouragement every day of the year, but what it teaches will last you a lifetime. So let's get one of those lifetime lessons today. Over to you, Mom. You ready to go for it?
Ready to go for it.
Let's do it. You got your coffee?
Got it. It's so good this morning. I'm telling y'all, it's so good.
Mom,
Hey,
mhm.
did everybody face God this morning before they faced
Oh,
in this season podcast? If not, you need to get off and go do it. Come back and
oh,
listen later.
of course. Of
Y'all, there's
course.
so much clarity and light coming. I'm telling you, like Brandon was speaking about Dennis Kimbro, I just smile because I
Mm.
already know what's going to happen and the time. So y'all just be ready. Get ready, right? Get spiritual fit so that you can be fat free. Y'all got that one? You got it.
I
Did you
got it.
get,
I read it yesterday, so it's.
get spiritual fit so that you can be fat free? Okay.
I feel kind of lucky because I get to actually read this and then hear it back and then discuss it. I feel like I'm saving everything in my mind, like verbatim. It's like as soon as I get done reading, I almost feel like I got it memorized. So I hope you guys are you know, giving good attention. If you're here, that you're giving good attention to, especially the reading. Even if you don't catch the insights from myself, definitely catch those from my mother over there, um, because hers are very powerful. But also just listen to the reading and really focus and hear some of these kind of hidden devices and ways of framing things and words. He really is a very crafty writer. And the way that the novel way that Mr. Kimbrough puts it, really can stick out in your mind if you allow it. If you allow your mind to be fertile ground, to receive those seeds of knowledge. So please make sure that you pay attention, to these great motivations, these daily motivations for African American success. But today is December the 4th. So our
Man,
title is, man, the month's going by. Seems like it was just 2024. We are almost at the end of
yeah.
it. December 4th. The title is Lifesavers. And Dennis Green, an NFL head coach, I believe former NFL head coach, said, when you knock on opportunity's door, make sure your bags are packed. When you knock on opportunity's door, make sure your bags are packed. A man risked his life by swimming through the treacherous riptide to save a youngster being swept away out to sea. After the child recovered from the harrowing experience, he said to the man, "Thank you for saving my life." The man looked into the boy's eyes and said, "That's okay, kid. Just make sure your life is worth saving."
Mm.
You and I have a life that is calling us. We have a mission that each of us must fulfill in our own way. My life is in my hands, and what you make of your precious time on earth is up to you. Others may show me the way to walk and give me inspiration to walk my path, but in the final analysis, only I can do the walking. When you do not follow your calling to the life you were born to live, excuse me, there remains a gap in the universe. There will be a space in your heart, a tiny ache calling you to be more. For you know that you are more. There will be a gift to the world left undelivered. In recent years, there has been a great deal of attention paid to near death experience. There are fascinating accounts of people who have been clinically dead for short periods of time and then return to life. I think it might be even more urgent to do a study on near life experiences. The question is not, is there life after death? The
Mm.
question that begs asking is there life
Ooh, wee.
before death? We all need to be present and accounted for in life. And our affirmation for the day, our daily motivation that we carry with us and that we might share with others after repeating this dialogue internally. Our affirmation says, I am alive and well. There's a calling in my heart, and I will make my life worthwhile. Again, I am alive and well. There's a calling in my heart, and I will make my life worthwhile. Over to you, Mom.
Brandon, let me get real quick. This one is deep. I almost want you to read this one again, but for the sake of time, y'all, we cannot. I'm going to go back to day 303. It says our quote for that day was God's part we cannot do. Our part he will not do. Right? Like, yes, God, by God's grace, we are here, sound mind, all of that, y'all. But there is a gift of purpose that God has given you that your heart and soul yearns for. Yet we continue the battle of self, thinking little, living little, feeling regretful, living in the past. Right? Brandon says your mind is either a roadmap for the future or memory of the past or something. How do you say that, Brandon?
Your mind can be a memory of the past or a roadmap of the future.
Right. And so you have to be in the present. Get down dirty, get real with yourself about who you are and the state of your being today, and start from there. Take your mind, your lips, your ears off of everybody else and work on you. And then I'm going to bring it back to this quote today. When you knock on opportunity's door, make sure your bags are packed. Y'all, most times, I think we've knocked on God's door so much with an empty suitcase, if we have a suitcase at all. We get the thrill of knocking, right? But it's time to knock. Hear that door open. You know how the squeaky doors we used to have back in the day, you couldn't tip in the house, on the floors. You couldn't tip in after you were supposed to have been in because the floor is going to tell on you. We ought to knock on the door and be able to hear the squeaky sounds of God opening those doors, clearing the path. Y'all, it starts here. It starts here. You are your lifesaver. But you got to knock. Like I said, if you didn't get up and face God this morning, bye-bye. Click off. This ain't for you. Because you got to face God before you face this world today. Because it is a beast. People are not like they used to be. Why? Because people ain't seeking God. You know how our folks made it through? Because they had a higher power that they called on and they trusted. So they got through slavery when we can't even get through a little bit of freedom with microwaves and refrigerators and washing machines and air fryers and not just one car, because everybody shared the one car. We didn't have a 6, 7 cars parked out with 2 people living in it. Hey, y'all, I need a car today. They shared, and they depended on a God. So this much that we've been given, right? Because we're blessed with much, but our bags weren't packed for it. The suitcase wasn't packed because you got to be spiritually fit in order to accept what God has for you. And he has it. It's there. It's just you're not. You're not spiritually fit, mentally fit, soulfully fit, heartfully fit. Right? So y'all, this one's good, but I'm going to tell you, you are your lifesaver. What you do determines what happens in your life. How you feel about your life. How you feel about you. Right? Because if you don't think you are beautiful, spiritually, wonderfully made, that God made you for a purpose, how do you serve him? How do you serve him? How do you serve him? If God created you, but you don't value you, How do you serve him? With your whole heart, with your body, mind, spirit, and soul. So save your life today. Save your life. And you can start with it says lifesaver. Your lifesaver is facing God every day, going before him with everything. Because I went this morning, was like, God, I had a situation yesterday that broke my spirit again, again, again. And I got some clarity this morning. But I was honest with God about how I felt about it. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You already know. I'm getting sick of this. I'm getting sick of this. And I'm going to guard my heart from this person. Period. And that's where I was. And I got some clarity. When I got it, I got up. I didn't even have any more prayers, anything to get. That's my answer because that's an issue in my life. That's some fat in my life. And I got to get that thing over to God because if I don't, I'm going to send myself to hell. Right? And I'll turn it over to you, Brandon. 717. I'm just
I got you. I got you. Now I ain't gonna be here long. And thank you for being so transparent and sharing your life, your true life experience, not just the life experience that we would see on the outside, not making it pretty, but being real about it. And when you're real about it, you can respond to it, which leads me to what I wanted to speak to you guys about concerning lifesavers. Every day, every decision you make is a decision for life or death. Walking closer or fulfilling your life or adding momentum as we all go toward that fateful day, because we will all perish one day. There's nothing that we can do about that date. There's nothing that we can do about that instance of us all experiencing the pinch of death. But what we can do is change the experience of life. We have a choice every single day to choose life. We have a choice every single day to grow in some way. We have a choice to choose whether or not we are going to fulfill our purpose and our mission or sit on our laurels, sit on our hands, sit in our comfortable places, even though they may not be comfortable. And our complacency, our inability to move based on the stimuluses of life and the opportunities that are around us, our inability to take advantage of those opportunities is us choosing death, even if it is by indecision. It is us choosing death, even if it's by doing absolutely nothing. Because by becoming stagnant, right, in any kind of way, and you could be sitting in the same place and still growing. There's prayer, there's meditation, there's reading, there's different things that you can do to add to the substance of your life. But I ask you, are you choosing life? Are you choosing death? And by life, are you fulfilling your purpose? Is there a mission in your life? How do you how do you feel about yourself when you are by yourself? How do you speak to yourself when you are by yourself and when you speak to yourself? Are you speaking life into your life? Or are you speaking life into your experience? Or are you speaking death into your experience? It said here something that stuck out to me where he said, the kid said, "Thank you for saving my life." And the man looked into the boy's eyes and said, "That's okay, kid. Just make sure your life was worth saving." This man touched on a point that I really think we should focus on is if you have your life saved by someone else, they in some way risked their life to save yours. They put their life up as collateral, right? So that you could be fulfilled on the investment of just your next breath, right? Just like this man and just like this boy, we all have parents, ancestors, people in our lives that have risked their life, whether we know them or not, that have survived and been through all kinds of things that we sometimes we can't even imagine with the pleasures and luxuries that we experience today. Our leisure today has been purchased on the backs of people who they purchased it by sacrificing their own leisure and in having a life of hardship, right? Those creaky floors, mama, I remember falling through the floor. I fell through the floor as a kid, y'all, because it was these old wooden floors at grandma granny house. My great grandmother. So I mean, like, thinking about some of these hard times, even little stuff like that is nothing compared to my great grandmother having a child. My great grandmother having a child, my great aunt Linda, while she's out picking cotton in the middle of the heat. And she had already picked, I think, 2 bales of cotton. And then after having a child under a tree, she gave the child to the midwives and went back to pick more cotton. So when I'm doing jujitsu, or it's tough for me to push the weight, or I start feeling like a little snowflake and it's inconvenient for me to get up and do this, or to stay up and do that, or to put one foot behind the other and do what I have to do, I think about stories like that. That this woman literally saved countless lives just by her dedication to her family, her commitment and submission to God. And I want to be like that, right? So when I'm like I said, pushing weight, it's not as hard. I'm like, my great grandmother experienced more. But some of us could say it's all about me, right? But you have to think past yourself, beyond yourself, behind yourself, because what you have the opportunity to do now was because of your predecessors, right? And what your descendants might be able to do can be leveraged and can be sponsored and can be inspired by you. So why not make that change? Why not be the one that where did it say here? It says that there is a gift to the world left undelivered. Don't be that undelivered gift. Isn't that the worst thing? Where something has been sent to you and it's undelivered and you're expecting it, you're waiting for it, and it doesn't get delivered and it's lost in the mail. That's just the worst thing, because it's a waste. It's landed in a place where it wasn't meant to be, and you're missing it. Well, let's not be that empty package. Let's not be that package that gets lost, in the hustle and bustle. Let's not be complacent. Let's choose life every single day. You have a life that is calling you, but are you picking up the phone? Are you receiving the message? Are you even open enough to understand what the mission and the message is? Do you know who sent the message? Do you know your commander? Who is your leader? Are you following God? Because like my mom said, if you haven't faced God, you won't be able to face anything else. Not with dignity, not with respect, not with purpose, not with the blessings. And don't get me wrong, the mercy of God encompasses all of creation. Allah will and God will give rain to the oppressors on their fields the same way he'll give rain to the oppressed, right? The same way. But what are you doing with it? What are you doing with it? So I ask you guys to choose life and consider your station in life and the station of others from you fulfilling your purpose, because your purpose is not just yours. It's part and parcel to a greater mission and purpose for humanity. But only you can face God. Only your head fits on your shoulders. Only your legs can do the walking for you. Only your heart can do the beating for you. Now let it beat the drum towards your progress. Let it beat the drum for your success. Don't let that same heart beat you up. All right? So today a life is calling you. Today opportunity, the knock that you gave on opportunity's door is now opened. Are your bags packed and ready to go? Do you even have your shoes on? Some of y'all got your bags packed and you think you're good to go, but you ain't got no shoes on. Right? So prepare yourself. Prepare yourself for what's to come. And like I said before, proper preparation prevents poor performance. And life is a stage. And the greatest audience is God. Everyone else are just characters in the play. Right? But the audience is God. So choose your part, play your part wisely. And when it comes time, for the end of the show, for the final call, and those curtains close, you want God to applaud you and say, "Well done, my servant." All right, and that's all I got for you, Mom.
Okay, so you guys, my whole day just changed, so I got a few more minutes.
Oh, we still getting up here at 7:30.
I knew you were gonna say that. I
We
knew you
still
were gonna say
gone at 7:30.
we are, because I still got some things I need to do. Y'all, I got a new affirmation for us today.
What's that, Mama?
I am my lifesaver. I am my lifesaver. And what I like about that is I am. I've started this battle with myself of I ams. So I'm going around in the day I am. I am. And you fill it in, right? What
Mm-hmm.
is it that you are? Y'all, we're afraid to even say that. You ought to look at the faces of some people when you say that I am, right? I'm like Steve Harvey. I am just foolish enough to believe that God will do what he said he will do. And the word that you believe in says to you that greater is he that is in you, that is he that is than he that is in the world. Whom shall I fear? What shall I fear? Why should my bags not stay packed and at the door? How about that? Packed and at the door. Where are we going today, God? Where are we going? And don't let him be who we who are you? Where you been? Right? Right? Not that it happens, but I'm just trying to get y'all to see and face God every morning. Seek and you shall find. Knock and make sure you have your bags. Because like I've said earlier, God has sent us some places, right? But that we didn't go. We weren't packed and we weren't ready to go.
Mm.
So save y'all's life today. And for the sake of Brandon, so he won't fuss at me after the show, I'm going to end with this. Others may show you the way to walk and give you inspiration to walk your path. But in the final analysis, only you can do the walking.
Mm.
And is there life before death? Are you
Yeah.
living now? Are you living now? Are you living now, people? Are you just dying? Right? The walking dead. Save your life today. I will. I will. I am my lifesaver. Right? Y'all go be great.
Yeah.
I don't want my son to get on me about
It ain't.
this.
It's all good, Mom. I'm gonna
I'm
read this last part here. I think it's very important. It says there are fascinating accounts of people who have been clinically dead for short periods of time and then return to life. And I think that there's even a more urgent study that needs to be done on near life experiences as opposed to near death experiences. The question is not, is there life after death? That's not the question. The question that begs asking is there life before death? Right? Let's not be people who were born a 1 in 4 trillion chance of you being born and living this life experience. Don't let that be a near life experience. Don't let that just be existence. Okay? Don't come here and have a near life experience. Express your life and live your life and complete your mission so that you can actually live abundantly and have a life well lived. Okay? So we're going to leave y'all with that. We all need to be present and accounted for. Today is December 4th, and our title was Lifesavers. When you knock on opportunity's door, make sure your bags are packed, says Dennis Green, the NFL head coach. And our affirmation of the day is I am alive and well. There's a calling in my heart, and I will make my life worthwhile. Thank y'all so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate you letting us be a part of your morning routine. Please go tell somebody about this podcast. Go to the YouTube channel. Get off of Facebook. That's right. Go to YouTube. subscribe to the channel, and like this video. Please go back if you have an extra minute or two and like all our videos. It actually puts us up in the queue. All right. We love you. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow, 7 a.m. on the End This Season podcast. Peace. I can't hear you, Mama. You on mute, sweetie.
Before we leave, I want to make sure we get our comments out. Toy, good morning. Y'all go over to Toy's page. Toy, better share your merchandise, what you're doing. She's doing some great things. You guys if you're doing something, drop a link. Drop a link in the comment sections of these daily motivations. Toy, I need to get with you because I do need to order some things from you. Cousin Monique says, very handsome for you, Brandon. She says, LOL.
Because I love you.
Big Mike, I think we got him in. So yeah, I think we're all caught up, I believe. So if I missed you, y'all just know that I didn't mean to. All right, y'all go feed the ducks today. Go save your life. All right? Be great.
All right, y'all. Be great. Love you.